In a dramatic twist, President Jacob Zuma abandoned his request for state of capture report to be sent back to the public protector for further investigation. The about turn came shortly before the president's legal team wrapped up the day's arguments. The submission followed Judge President Dunstan Mlombo questioning Advocate Ishmael Semenya if he was serious about this particular relief being sought, to which Semenya said they withdrew.
Maybe you'll tell us what view we take of his utterances in Parliament, where he says we've taken a decision to appoint a commission of inquiry. If that's seriously stated in that governing body of South Africa, what do we take of the relief he seeks, that send it back? Does it presuppose that send it back and I'll continue sitting back and doing nothing?
I understand it as squarely no.
Yes.
That relief, you can't persist in it of the legal term. It must mean he probably will act on his undertaking, alternatively will be made to act on his undertaking in different settings.
What this means is that President Jacob Zuma has abandoned a significant part of his main plea. He initially wanted the court to review Public Protector's remedial action, asking him to set up a judicial commission with the judge to be chosen by Chief Justice, and if the remedial action is set aside, then the state of capture report to be sent back to the Public Protector for further investigation. Now, the President no longer wants the report referred back to the Public Protector, but his main plea still stands. The counsels have been given until the 31st of October to make supplementary arguments, as the judgment on the main plea is reserved. Caught unaware by the submission, the DA has called the decision bizarre and nonsensical. Opposition wanted the court to dismiss the case. They said if Zuma wins his application, there can be no adequate remedy. The judgment on the main plea has been reserved.
This court reserves judgment in the main matter, and the court gives the undertaking that, understanding the public interest shown in this matter, it will endeavor to hand down judgment as soon as possible, hopefully within this term, before the end of this term.
Well, the Democratic Alliance is appalled at this last-minute manipulation of the court processes. It's been over a year since the Public Protector's report was published. We have waited a year while the President has persisted in his action that this should be reviewed. Now at the last minute, he does a U-turn, which has the effect of saying either the court sets the entire process aside or the Public Protector's report must stand. But either way, if the President succeeds in his appeal, it will shut down both the Public Protector's investigation and the Commission's investigation. In other words, the real agenda of the President all the way along was to shut down any inquiry.
The curious turn of events has left the case in limbo. The questions now that arise are: what prompted the withdrawal by President Jacob Zuma? What happens now if the President's review plea succeeds? Is the establishment of a judicial commission certainty, and is the only bone of contention now on who will appoint the judge to head that inquiry?